Hey everybody, welcome to another episode and another season of Phil John's VIP. I thank you so much for tuning in. For those who are going to tune in tonight, that's going to be really exciting to see you guys come back. I've been kind of on hiatus for a while, kind of enjoying my summer and getting things started. I'm happy to be here tonight. Today has been a little crazy because a lot of things were going on. We lost Melvin Van Peebles today. I call him Uncle Mel because I've sat at his foot and kind of heard all of the stories and got all the knowledge that I could possibly get from someone who has been in the business and have contributed to independent filmmakers of color for for so many years. And I am so grateful to have been in the same space with him. I want to just say thank you to the brothers from the Gentleman's Corner, man. You guys have been crazy supportive of me during this whole venture and doing IG lives. I appreciate you. I don't know if you guys are having a show tonight at 9 o'clock, but if you are, like I said, right after my show at 9 o'clock, go over to the Gentleman's Corner and check out what the brothers are talking about. Thank you once again. Club Quarantine, DJ D Nice, Tuffy Questel, Donnie Wahlberg, man. It was just a blessing to see you guys kind of get out and do your thing over the summer. I've been on my grind. I've got a couple of projects that will be coming out soon. I'm just thankful to be working, period. That's all I got to say. I'm thankful to be working. I'm thankful that someone wants to work with me. So I appreciate that. Tonight is going to be a special night. I have a couple of my mentors coming, mentees, sorry. Forgive me, mentees coming through. A couple of young people that I'm really pretty proud of. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. One person will not be with us tonight. Ashley Christopher is her name. She is a producer over at the King's Theater in Brooklyn, and of course, the Fugees is kicking off their tour. So she will be there holding down the fort again. I'm sorry she couldn't be here with us tonight. Hopefully, we could double back, get maybe another night. But of course, when it's time to showcase and make sure that the Fugees, Wyclef, Lauryn Hill, all of those guys are doing well and they're taken care of, I said Godspeed. We're with you in spirit, Ashley. I'm bringing on a young brother who I have known since the age of 18. He's an actor, writer, and he's been doing a lot of great stuff. And I'm sure there are a lot of things that he can and maybe cannot talk about. That NDA is really, that's something. You just can't let that out there like that. But we're going to talk about some things that he's done in the past, what he's got going on now, and hopefully some things he's got coming down the pipe in the future. So I'm going to introduce Danny Borbon to you. Let me check him out. Where is he? Really, Danny. Here we go. Give him a moment to come out. Now, a lot of people say this is not Drake. This is not Drake's brother. This is not Drake's cousin. This is Danny Borbon. IMDb him if you need to. Danny, and he comes with a blue backdrop.
Yeah, that's the cubby blue, baby.
You coming with the blue back, yo? This ain't no audition.
Yeah, but there's nothing that I can't not talk about. Like can't talk about. I can talk about anything. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Right. Well, I wanted to have you on to kind of kick it with you and catch up. We do it a lot privately, but we don't get a chance to really do it publicly. But I met Danny. He was 18 years old, and he was really hungry. 18, right? 18 years old, and he was hungry.
Yo, you know what's insane, bro? I'm sorry to interrupt, but no. I just looked at your caption right before I got on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the network is still open, but the agent that I'm signed with right now, I got it through the network, and that shit blew my mind. Like, I didn't know. I completely forgot about that.
Who are you signed with?
BMG. But here's the thing, right? When I went through that workshop on the network,
yeah,
it had a different name, and it was like two agencies in one. And then they broke up, and then some agent took me onto their roster, and I'm still signed to it. And I was just like, holy shit, that's how I got this agent. It was through the network.
That was funny. All this time, man.
Yeah, man. That's got to be more than 10 years, right? It's probably like 22, 23. I think it was like 2012.
I'm going to say, what you said, you was about 22, 23 at the time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like 24 maybe.
It's been so long, man. Don't ask me. I've been messing up since I started. Don't ask me to remember anything. I'm trying to remember as we talk. But yeah, man, it's been a while.
That shit blew my mind, bro. I'm
It's
just
been
like,
a while.
holy
Keep in
shit.
mind, like I was in my 30s at the time. Believe it or not.
You still in your 30s, man. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah,
It's all
kind
about
of.
how you look, bro. Come
We're gonna keep that the way it is. Yeah, I am in my 30s right now. But uh, I met you when you was 18. I'm trying to get through the story. And um, I worked for Paul Michaels and Network, and one of the things that I really wanted to do while I was there, because I was the only person of color in the office, working in the office at the time. And I remember we would do a lot of trade shows. I think it was like at the
DL didn't work with you?
DL came later.
Okay.
DL came later. I was there like 06, 07.
Okay.
I was there with Kate Geller, was also there, who's the casting director now. Kate and I worked together. Couple people, man. A lot of people have gone on. It was Tasha Straley. You remember Tasha? Tasha was there.
Yeah, I remember
DL
Tasha.
came a little later. I didn't really work that much with DL, but we always kind of like bounced off of one another. But I was there from almost the beginning, and I would see a lot of young brothers come through raggedy as hell. I mean, raggedy as hell. And I would be like, yo.
I was definitely one of them, right?
Yo, I would be like, yeah, because I think we saw you at the
expo.
The expo.
Yeah.
And I would see them coming a mile away, and I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna let you get in front of Paul like that. So I'd be like, I would give everybody my number. Yo, take this, right? Take this. Give me a call. Let's meet for coffee. I'll get you in a cafe. Okay, great. Give me a headshot and resume. What it look like? Usually the headshot and resume look like shit. The headshot was from Moto Photo.
Yo, when I met you, I didn't even have a headshot.
You didn't have a headshot.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
to everybody coming on. Yo, you didn't have a headshot, man.
You told me to get a headshot and resume, right? And you was like, yo, if you
I'm gonna let you. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I don't.
No.
So
you remember this more than me.
No. You tell it. You tell it.
No, I'm gonna say what I remember. But I remember you telling me get a headshot, like right away, and make up shit on the resume. And that's exactly what I did because I didn't have any experience. And I remember I booked a workshop with Brett Goldstein, who was doing some casting thing. And I showed up with my headshot and my resume separately. And I did a brand old monologue. And she was very nice about it.
Brett Goldstein, by the way.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I was watching I wasn't watching it, but Brett Goldstein won. And I'm like, yo, what's up with Brett Goldstein, at casting director?
Yeah, she's still doing it. She's on.
Well, anyways, what?
She's on IG.
Is she in LA or in New York?
She's in New York, I believe, still.
Okay. Yeah, I should definitely.
So I'm sorry, too. You saw Brett Goldstein, and what happened?
Nah, it's all good. So I showed up to do a monologue from On the Waterfront, which is like a movie that's so popular, and my resume and my headshot separately. So as soon as I'm done with the workshop, she's like, "This is not okay. Like, this is not cool." She gave it to me straight. That's how she was. She's real cool about it too, and she wasn't like condescending. She wasn't, she was looking out for me, and she was like, "This is not how you come in to audition, and don't do that monologue anymore." Yeah, I didn't see you. I saw Brando, and I took it as a compliment because it was Marlon Brando, and I was starting off. But yeah, that was like early. That was like right when we started talking.
Yo, Brett is raw and uncut, man. She's always been that way.
But she's great while she does that,
Still is.
There's not a lot of people who talk the way she talks.
What happened after that?
I mean, I stapled my resume and my headshot together.
No. What was the next step after that? Like, where did you go from that point?
I think right after is when I booked my first audition at an NYU film, and it was shot on film, and after that was like takeoff. It was like caught the bug right away. It was like the most fun I ever had on set. I mean, still top 5 like shoots for me, but that very first shot for NYU, like I went in there, I was like the last actor to be seen, and they loved me. Like I suppose I just killed it, and it was like they had to put me on the spot. And when we shot, it was a night shoot, and everything was on film. And I was like, oh, this is insane. They got the fucking film things coming out the truck every time there's a take. And there was an Israeli Academy Award winner who was in that film. And sometimes she would have to have her moments with the director, and they would step away. And I'm just like, this is my first set ever, and I'm just taking everything in. And I was just like, yo, this is amazing. This is cool. I think this is what I want to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was the bug, man. That like my very first set. You know, sometimes a lot of actors it doesn't come in right away.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I could be wrong, but still, it's just
I mean, you to me, I feel like you always had the heart and you always had the passion
oh
to
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I feel like I'm that way with kind of everything. It's just like if I'm doing it, I might as well do it all the way, you know.
Yeah.
But this is like this is it, you know.
But you know, for me, the reason why I feel like it's always been personal for me with you is because you've always been so gracious. You know, I don't think you've ever kind of. A lot of people get a couple of jobs and they kind of lose their senses. You know, you've always maintained a level of humility and grace,
Well,
even
yeah,
with things that you.
but that was because the way you treated me, dude. You treated me like a brother. It wasn't like
Yeah.
you didn't treat me like somebody who was like, some stranger or you were doing your job at the network. You treated me with a lot of compassion. You saw, just like you said, you saw me at the Expo Lost, and you took me under your wing. And I took that shit for granted. I mean, I didn't take shit. I'm grateful for that. I mean, to this day, I still always, think about you and like, I sometimes flirt with the whole Oscar speech, how you're like top three names that that you gotta thank. Sometimes you just gotta thank those people you hooked me in the very beginning.
Right, right,
But
right,
yeah, man,
right.
just remember, dude. Remember, you hooked me up with that apprenticeship at the Barrel Group too, and that's something I was there for like a year and a half. So it's like
Yeah.
weeks,
Shout
months
out
passed, and it's like,
to Seth Barish and Lee Brock, who from the Barrel Group, um, who gave me my training as well. You know, so anybody else that I could pull in, I will pull in. And you know why? Because I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say this without hopefully not offending anybody, but I saw a lot of cats in the network, and I saw a lot of people coming out of like Juilliard, Yale, NYU, um, and other prestigious conservatories, and they came in like, here I am, I've graduated, I got my MFA. What the fuck are you gonna do for me? And it was a sense of entitlement. And then I would go to the expos and I would see young people who didn't have the opportunity to attend these schools, but I saw the drive and then I saw the talent. And all you needed was structure. All you needed was someone to guide you and find out, how do I maneuver into the industry? How do I do it the right way? Not bullshit, not something that someone's going to tell you they can do something for you and they can't. You know, for you to get in and
right,
fully understand how the industry works so that you can sustain even if you're not working. Because there are times when you work and there are times that you don't. So even when you're not working, the sustainability of it, because the industry is like, do you love it when it doesn't love you back? You know, are you in it when it's not giving you what you want? You
it's
know,
vicious,
and
bro.
and,
It's
and,
vicious.
and once you've kind of mastered that concept, then the rest is kind of easy sailing. Because now you see guys come into the game, or even women coming to the game, and all of a sudden you could tell that they knew because they talking like they got this shit mastered. They talking like they know how to do it. They got it. They trying to hook up with the people that they see on television and in the movies, and
Yeah, I
really
mean the
those
times are
people
different.
important, huh?
Yeah, the times are different, bro. Likes and follows get to people's heads. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong
Absolutely,
with that. I'm just saying it's just
absolutely,
there's
yeah,
a dangerous drug out there called clout, and it damages a lot of people. And it's what you're saying. It's just like they come in with this perception where they have 100,000 followers, or who knows, a million followers, or
yeah,
they look really good, and they feel like they're entitled to this whatever they think it is
yeah,
before putting in the work. But yeah, to piggyback on what you're saying, um, I agree 100% because I've taken classes and just like sidebar, I've taken classes with like teachers 101 private and taken classes at other schools, and no disrespect to them, but nothing compares to Seth and Lee. It's just like the way they teach and the way they are is just like I don't think anyone
I
out
agree.
there is better,
Yeah,
especially for starters. Like if you're getting into the industry and you're just starting out to act.
What do you think your takeaway from the Barrel Group was, other than booking your first major film?
Less is more, dude.
Yeah.
Less is more. Less is more. Letting it go. Yo, you know what the crazy shit is that Seth was always telling me. They always focus on scene study, right? And then the further away that I got from the Barrel Group, like the further away that I stopped watching their plays or I stopped taking classes there, it's like the less I booked. And I saw, and then you go back to it, it's just like, yo, you're in the scene, you're in that moment, you're auditioning, you're supposed to be in that scene. There's nothing else. It's just you in that scene, and what's the character's intent for that? Like, what's the purpose in that scene? And all these auditions are like that. And it was just like it had to take years for me to be like, yo, what the hell was I doing? And as soon as that shit came back to me, I started booking way more. But that's the way it was. It was like they focus on scene study, and it's just like it was always less is more. Lee's thing was like let it go. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. The
always
first
do
thing you ever
something.
booked.
You always in the first thing I ever booked.
Yeah.
The NYU film I
What was
took.
that
It
experience?
was called Waiting for the. It was called Waiting for the Blackout. It was amazing, bro. It was a night shoot. I shot with an Israeli Academy Award winner. I'm still in contact with the director. His name is Slomo Goddard. Great guy.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. Just so that my timeline is right. So that was before the Mike Birbiglia project.
Oh yeah. Mike Birbiglia.
Okay.
Mike
Okay.
Birbiglia was 22 or 21, I think. Waiting for the Blackout, I was 20 years old. That was my first gig.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I did a whole bunch of student films in between then, It's just like you always book your shit on backstage and the actors access. But yeah, Micro Biggs was 20, I was 22, 2012. Yeah. And Seth got me that, right? Seth brought me into that role. He's like, dude, I think
Yeah.
you'd be perfect for this role. And I went and auditioned and I got it, which is still pretty cool if you think about it. It's coming up on the 10-year anniversary, which is insane.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Time waits for no
10
man.
years. 10 years. That was 2012. Like those days, man, I, they go by so quick. And I don't remember. I remember I was doing my Intel show in 2012. Uh,
Oh, the web series.
yeah, the web series in 2012.
Yeah, that was before the web series got popular. That was like the lift off of the YouTube days, weren't they?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
like
yeah,
before everybody started making their own web series.
yeah. Well, at least this one had this was Intel, so we
Yeah,
got paid well for that.
I remember
You
you
know,
telling me you was.
I'm trying to think. Like right after the Barrel Group, it seems like you really started kind of getting momentum. Um, what was one of your biggest setbacks? Do you feel?
Um, I don't. I think the biggest setback was last year, um, 2020. Because I was always I have a best friend who's like my collaborator. He's my partner. Like we do all the films together. We've always been at it, so we've always making our own films. If I'm not booking anything, I'm not working on anything. I'm doing my own thing with him.
Hmm.
So um like 2019, we did our like best film to date. It was called Sold It Out, and we got accepted to like a whole bunch of festivals. And we shot that in January, and it was done by February. Submitted it to all, and then the pandemic happened.
You
That's
produced that.
We produced it and starred in it, yeah. And in almost all of our films, we got accepted to a couple of festivals, and we learned from each one. But as far as setbacks, I'm not sure I can think of one off the top of my head, except last year, which is like the pandemic, which pretty much fucked everything. Dude, we got accepted to like 7 festivals.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. And I feel like because of that momentum, or the momentum stopped because of the pandemic and all the festivals was canceling or having their shit online. Yeah, and even this year, it came into this year because we were supposed to shoot a film in February of this
Right,
year,
right.
and we couldn't because all the actors of the COVID protocols and the scheduling, it was almost impossible because this film that we were going to do in February was a one shot film. It was a 10 minutes, just one shot. Very cool concept too, but we couldn't get the actors on one date, and then the actors that we could get, they were worried about the protocols and the COVID testing and all of that bullshit, you know, and that was just like almost impossible to get done. That pretty much was our setback.
Yeah, it kind of changed the game how everything is done. I mean, even on independent film level, um, even working on television now, Netflix has mandated for the actors to all be fully
Yo,
vaccinated.
dude,
But
dude,
I'm
I,
sure that even on independent level, it's going to increase. It's going to intensify.
yo, dude, the
Um,
last shoot that I did, I had to take 5 COVID tests back to back and forth in Jersey, Monday
yeah,
through Friday. It's kind of like you can understand obviously, right? But it's just like it's really annoying in a way.
yeah,
It kind of blocks you from doing what you got to do, in a sense.
yeah. I mean, it's like it's a tedious process, but I think at the end of the day, um, it's less money for them to test than to actually have you paid and staying in a hotel to quarantine for 7 days. Paid.
Yeah, and hold the production.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the
that's a lot.
yeah,
So when you're dealing with a production and you're dealing with time, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
yeah,
You know.
that's a fact.
So let me ask you a question. For somebody who would I like to take credit for pulling you into the industry, like really deep into the industry, right?
Well, you have to take all the
Um.
credit.
So what'd you say?
So you have to take all the credit.
No, I know. I said I would like to take some credit.
Okay, but I'm still
I didn't say
I'm
all the
giving
credit.
you credit because whenever I had a question, there was no hesitation. You sent it right back. You called me whenever there were
You
times that we
answered
met.
my question before I ask it, man. But go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
What was you? All right, go ahead. Ask your question.
No, I don't want to do it no more. Go ahead, you answer.
All right, yo, dude. There were times where we met for happy hour to talk about questions that I had, and
Yeah.
it was happy hour anywhere. Could have been in the city. Could have been in Regal Park. I remember going to Regal Park. I don't know what the fuck you was doing at Regal Park.
Was
We went to
was it
happy
Tropics?
hour. I don't know.
Might have been.
I don't know, bro. But you
It was
always
wing
made,
night.
huh?
Might have been wing night.
Wait, I don't know, bro. But you always made time for me. Whenever I had a question and I needed to see you, you always made time for me. Even like what was it, 2019 when we saw each other? When was the last time we saw each other? 2019 or
Uh,
2018?
it was right before the pandemic for sure.
Yo, remember? I don't know if you remember, but you also got me a second agent. You gave me a referral to an agent in Florida, and that's when I wanted to speak to you
Yes.
because I wanted to break up with that agency. And I said, dude,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to write the email. Let me talk to you. I want to see you in
Right.
person. I want to tell you what's bothering me. And that's when we met up.
Yeah.
And before
Yeah.
that, though, we hadn't seen each other for a bit. But still, you always made time for me whenever I had a question. It could have
Yeah.
been 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or last year, So it's like I have to give you credit. You're literally my mentor.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how else to put that.
I appreciate. I
And I
wasn't too hard,
remember
was I?
too harsh. You
DL
were too
said
harsh
I
on.
used to threaten you.
Yeah, you were harsh on me, but I love that because you were
Yeah.
being. I knew you were being real with me.
Yeah.
You weren't. I wasn't somebody else because I remember you actually started. I don't know if you actually did start, but
Yeah.
you wanted to start a consulting thing and
Yeah.
charge actors for it. And I remember feeling mad, like grateful and special, like yo, he didn't do that shit for me. Like I'm the man. Like I got all of that shit for free. And I was like, shit, I can still hit him up while he's doing that.
Well,
And
I don't know if I ever told you. I don't know if I ever told you the story. Did I ever tell you the Canada story? Like back in the '90s, when I went to Canada. I went to Canada, right? And I was about maybe 22. I'm gonna know about I'm gonna say 22, 21, 22. And me and a couple of other actors went up there to do a show, and we get up there to Montreal, and we were brought into a penthouse room, and there was a woman there that had like she had like a leopard hat, Queen Latifah crown on, and it was draped. overhead,
You
and
said this was in the 60s?
nah, this was in '97.
I'm
This is
playing.
'97. This is weird, right? And her name was Shireen. I still love Shireen to this day, though. Shireen looked out for me. She looked out for us, those of us who were there. Well, anyway, we get there, and these men in black come down to the hotel. It was a Radisson Hotel in downtown Montreal. Bring us up in the elevator, get us in the room. They said, okay, look, if you have a question, raise your hand. Don't yell. Don't speak out of turn. If you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll let Shireen answer it for you. We got up there and realized that the contracts that we signed to come up there to do the gig was phony. And they had the guy in the room, and they said, look, you can do one of two things. You could either beat his ass, or we can call the cops and have him escorted. Well, you could beat his ass, we'll walk out the room, right?
Wait, who's the guy?
But
Who's the guy
or
saying
we
that?
can call the cops. Huh? You wasn't doing nothing. You just sitting in the
Who's the
chair,
guy?
scared as shit. Huh?
No, but who's the guy saying that? Who's the guy saying that?
This is the guy, one of the guys in black.
Oh, okay, right. The men in black.
Who we later found out was banned from the United States, so he couldn't come back to the U.S., but he was in Canada. So after that, I realized that, like, I don't ever want, if I could help it, I don't want anybody to go through that. Now, Shireen was good to us. She took care of us. We stayed. We didn't really do anything, but we hung out, and there was the Urban Music Film Festival was going on at the time. And this is, like I said, this is 1997. And she really looked out for us, right? But I had made in my mind that if I'm ever in a position where I could help somebody, where I could reach back, where I've kind of gone through everything that I need to go through in order, like, to really, like, I fully understand this business, and I could give it back to somebody and say, look, don't do the same shit that I was doing. Like, I had no one to guide my hand. I had no one to tell me. All I knew is that I wanted to be in show business. I wanted to act, but I didn't have anybody to guide me. So I wanted to be that guide for other people who I saw, because I didn't want to have other people go through the same kind of mistakes that I made when I was coming up. So that was my passion for doing what I did.
Yeah, and there was. So
You
what?
know?
What ended up happening? You guys
Well,
left.
we stayed. No. We stayed. We stayed for a couple of days, and we hung out, and we met a couple of, like,
Okay.
there was some. I think LL came up there that year. There's a rapper back in the day named Snow. You probably don't remember him. Um, you know, we were there. We hung out for, and we left. Like, they all expenses paid. We got back to New York City, but there were so many times when, like, like, you wanted it, and you just trying to figure out, how do I get on, and nobody's willing to take you. No one's willing to take you under their wing. No one's willing to show you. So you end up feeling your way in the dark, and sometimes, there's dangerous things lurking in the dark, and if you're not careful, you may get bit. So if I could help young people to not get bitten, you know uh I feel like I was doing a service, because I know who I was at that age. And it's like, you can come and tell me anything. I just wanted to be put on. Show me how to get on television, show me how to get on the stage. you know but now it's different. So I realized that in this industry, there are some people that I can help, and there are some people who I can't help. There are some people who are grateful. There's some people you help that will, give you their ass to kiss later on. You know, but it's about my intention. As long as my intentions are pure and my intentions are good, I'm okay with whatever the outcome might be.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact. I,
Yeah,
and,
my
and I agree, man.
yo, yeah, huh?
I was saying I agree, and honestly, I feel like that's in a lot of industries. Sadly, it's just people taking advantage of other people. And,
Oh
sometimes
yeah, man.
you don't
Oh
have
yeah, man. And
you don't have
back
that you don't
then
have
it was,
that guidance.
look, you talking 1997. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of that. We were left to our own devices. Like, we didn't have any of that stuff, man. So to be in
Y'all
that
some
position,
y'all some dinosaurs.
to be in, yeah, what'd you say? Yo, I'm trying to keep this polite, man. You pushing me, but that's
This is
good. So
us.
what can you talk about? What can you talk about that you got going on now, and what's coming down the line for you?
Um, I mean, I could talk about anything because I don't. There's not a lot going on right now. I'm actually gonna. I'm coming out in the episode of Hulu, episode 7. That's coming out in a couple of weeks. But as far as my own
Who?
projects, Hulu, the Wutang show.
Okay.
As far as my own projects, we're working on getting that project done that I told you about that we tried to shoot in February. It's like a
Okay.
It's a George Zimmerman project, and I really think it's a dope concept. And I know for sure my partner Carlos could do it. He could get it done. There's another short that we want to do, and it's in DR, so we're actually saving up to do that.
Nice.
Um, and Carlos found a website that can help you with your resources in DR, so we can shoot that in DR through that website. And all we need is the funds. And it's a short film too, so that's our thing. We learned in 2016 the hard way. We shot our first feature, and it was sort of a disaster, but we got it done. But a lot of hard lessons, and after that, we decided to just do short films, and that's what we're doing right now. And
Yeah.
we're saving up right now to shoot that film in DR.
So do you guys have your own production company, right?
Yeah. We have our own production company, but we only shoot our own shit. You know, we don't do outside work. Or we haven't done outside work. We're not, you know, closed minded to not do outside work, but we're just
Right.
focusing on our projects, you know.
That's
But
cool,
yeah,
man.
that's what we're working on right now. But as far as like you do, as far as audition, I mean auditioning like crazy, but I haven't been booking anything. It's it's
Right.
one of those droughts. It happens,
I'm very proud of you, man. Very proud of you.
Thanks, dude. I
I've
appreciate that,
watched
man.
you go from 18 to 31 now.
Yo, we have to meet in person again so you can see
Yeah.
my white hairs. So you can
Man,
stop
listen.
you
Don't
can
talk
stop
about
seeing
hair.
me as
Don't talk about hair.
you
At
can
least
stop
you
seeing
got
me as an 18-year-old.
At least you got hair.
Yo, these white hairs, I wasn't prepared for it, bro. They're coming in at a very fast rate, bro. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it was almost like it was almost like that. It was just like one day I woke up with
Yeah.
all these white hairs.
All right.
Nobody
So
prepares you for that.
I gotta go every. If you watched my lives, you know that I have 5 questions that I ask
Oh, yo, that's what I was nervous about, bro. I didn't
before.
get to watch your lives, huh?
Right. That's okay. You know what? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You see, this is what happens.
Yo,
People
yo,
out. They
I
forget
actually, I actually
about
forgot to tell you. That was the
help
first
them
thing I was
out.
gonna
They
tell you.
forget
Like, yo, I'm
about
a
you. They
little
don't want
nervous.
your shit. You
Yo,
know,
bro, I was
they don't
like,
even tell you they doing projects. You gotta wait until you have a conversation like this, and let
nah,
them
nah,
know
nah,
they
nah,
doing
nah,
full
nah, nah, nah,
features.
nah, nah. Don't say that. Don't say that. Because when yo, listen. Remember, I did a show for NBC, and when they came out, you got mad at me. You got pissed off, started screaming at me because I didn't tell you. And then the next one, I told you when I was on set, so you can't say that, bro. Or you don't remember that now.
When was the NBC show?
Early this year, it was like I don't know. I think it was like March or April. It was in New Amsterdam. I think somebody posted it. And you were like, "Yo, you didn't tell me." You was just barking at me.
Hold up, Angie said, "What's on Hulu so I could watch?" He's going to be on the next season of the Wutang, the
Yeah,
Wutang.
yeah. Episode 7. It already came out actually. The season 2.
It already came out.
No, not the episode. Season 2, dude. Yo,
Moving on to my 5 questions
yeah. I was
before I
like,
find out anything else that I wasn't invited to. All right, so
invited to.
here we go. Um, what do you know about the industry now that you did not know going into it? What is it? What is it? What is it that you know now opposed to what you thought it was coming in?
Dude, oh man. Well, nobody ever. Well, I didn't know you were gonna get rejected so much. Nobody ever told me that. Of course, how can anybody tell you that? I would. you're not ready for rejection. You get rejected way more than you actually book, and way more than you can expect. But now it's completely different. Now it's just like everything is it's on camera at home. I can do as many takes as I want, so it's like a completely different ball game, dude. But um, I don't know. I can't tell you what. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. I was answering your question, but I lost my train of thought.
I said, what do you know about the industry now, opposed to what you thought it was when you came in?
Right. Well,
And hold up, chill with the Drake questions, man. I told y'all in the promo, he's not Drake. Continue. Someone
that's
said you were.
Frank. That's
Oh wait,
that's my boy.
Andy said you
That's
look
my
better
boy
than Drake.
Frank. That's my boy Frank. He's trolling. Don't. I think anybody, bro. They're trolling. If you see Drake, they're trolling. Dude, it's not as easy as I thought it was. I mean, I booked my first gig and I thought that it was gonna be easy peasy. I even dropped out of college because I was booking so many student films where I was just like, yo, I don't need this degree. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I can do this shit. I'm gonna make so much money. I'm gonna be a star. Look how easy I book these roles. But nobody tell you that's not the way it is. And obviously now it's just like, man, I wish if I had someone who I can mentor like you mentored me, I would tell them that, like, yo,
Yeah.
do not drop out of school, bro. Do not start thinking that your shit is gonna go one way. This is a
But you had your
crazy
mind. But I remember
this
you
is a
having your
crazy
mind.
roller coaster.
You had your mind set up to pursue this. Like you didn't see it. You didn't see the advantages of college
Yeah,
yet. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. But
Everybody, keep in mind, like everybody has their own process. Everyone has their own journey.
you're right.
So you could say, don't do something, or maybe that's not a good idea, or maybe you should. But until you realize it yourself, you don't really know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I feel like deep down inside, this has always been like my dream and my path because I've always loved movies. Since a
Yeah.
teenager. It's like I wanted to do movies. Like, I mean,
But I think I
but
think I think I think that I think the blessing in it is that if you were to go back, I don't know if you're in school now, but if you were to go back to school, you know specifically what you're going for. Like this is what I need in
yeah,
order to take
absolutely,
me to the next level. Like it's not like
absolutely,
it's like you're going in for a liberal arts degree. You dig what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah, and that's what I was studying in college,
Yeah,
liberal arts. But yeah, absolutely right, hundred
yeah.
percent.
All right. So, what advice would you give your 19-year-old self? I think you answered that, but what advice would you give your 19-year-old self?
Yeah. Um, don't drop out of school and save your dough. Don't spend so much dough on one girl, um, or girls. Period. You even met my ex when I was with my ex. I remember that shit. I remember
Yeah,
we used to go to places together. Holy shit, dude.
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, don't save your dough. Don't drop out of school. Um, what I mean, help me out here. What would you say to your
No,
19-year-old
no,
self?
no. These are your questions, not mine, bro.
I thought we were chatting it up. I thought it was just me and you.
It is just me and you, but
All right.
these are my 5 questions I asked towards the end of the conversation. All right. So let me ask you a question. What feeds your spirit?
Ooh, that's a good one. This is some James Lipton shit right here. What feeds my spirit? Wow. You know what feeds my spirit? I love seeing my parents laugh their ass off. Like there's something about um making my parents laugh. Like sometimes they don't even get our sarcasm, but when you see your parents crack the hell up, that shit to me just fills my heart, bro. It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes I get teary, sometimes I get emotional just watching them crack the hell up. Because it makes you crack the hell up and you just take that moment and it's like one of those moments where you just like you think about it later, it's like, man, that shit was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's another thing nobody prepares you is watching your parents grow old. And it's just like, man, I remember me and my brother, we used to hold our mom's hand, bro, and she would walk fast anywhere. Now it's like we're walking with her and she can't keep up. It's just like it's one of those things where you see growing up. It's like, yo, nobody ever prepares you for that.
Yeah. What would you want your legacy to be?
Where you get these questions from, bro? These are some
Don't
deep ass
don't
questions,
don't.
man.
Well, don't ask me a question, man. Just answer a question.
These are some deep ass questions. I like them though. Those are good questions. Um, damn, my legacy. I want for people to know that I was beyond kind. You know, like I want to like I like spreading kindness. I love giving joy to people. I love making people laugh. Um, but yeah, I want to be. I feel I want people to know me as that guy who is the nicest guy he's ever met, like they've ever met. Because I mean, I don't hate to sound braggadocious, but I think I am one of the nicest guys on earth, and that just comes naturally. It's just like I can't even be me if I don't like somebody. I can't even be me. I will tell you the truth, but if I do, I will feel bad afterwards. And it's one of my flaws. It's like one of my strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's like my compassion, my kindness. Like I guess I guess that's it. You know. Look, see, I
Coach,
got people agreeing
Coach
with me on
Frank said,
Clubhouse.
"Way beyond kind."
See, that means a lot to me, bro. I want everybody to feel that way
Yeah,
um about me when whoever knows me. You ask somebody that and like, yeah, he's a good dude. He's a nice dude.
yeah,
Yeah, yo, he's a cool dude. Nicest dude you ever meet. I mean, that's a good legacy to have, I guess.
yeah. It
I'm pretty
is.
sure. I'm pretty sure if this was a writing assignment, I would write some, way more than that. But I think that's like up there, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
What question though? Why can't I ask you these questions?
It's my show, motherfucker. I'm trying to be nice. See, that's what I'm saying. The kids
I'm
bring
just
it out.
saying, bro.
I'm trying to be pleasant, and the kids bring it out of me. We're gonna get through this. I got two more. No, I got one more. Thank God.
Yo, at least you love me though, bro.
What are you grateful for?
Ooh, I'm grateful for I'm grateful for my brother. That's my dude. I'm grateful for my health, man. Dude, I haven't been sick since 2018 and I've been, learning as I go, but I haven't been sick and God forbid, knock on wood, I don't like I've been staying COVID free. I've been staying cold like my health is my number one priority and I'm so grateful for it that I've never had anything. I've never like gone through anything. I have a cousin right now who's going through some shit with a cancer that he's beating. He's beating it right now, and it's like it's heartbreaking seeing that shit and seeing how it affects the whole family.
Yeah,
So it's like sometimes you gotta be grateful for what you have, and just you know take it in, take care of yourself. Because I know he took care of himself, but you just never know what happens. And right now, I'm grateful for my health because I have it. You just never know.
yeah. Especially
I've
with
been going. I've been going to the gym since 2020, and I've already put on 30 pounds. And I've had back problems, knee problems, shoulder problems, and it's all getting better as it progresses. I didn't know how marvelous the body is. Like I always knew the brain was special, but the way your body reacts to you and the way you take care of it, it's just like it's insane, man. It's really a machine.
yeah. That's what's up, man. What's next for you?
Um,
What,
Besides that film that I want to do in
what's on
DR.
the horizon? What's next for you? What do you see? What do you see yourself doing next? What are plans for you?
Yo, dude, the ultimate goal, I don't know if this is your goal as well, but I think the ultimate goal is to direct your own movie, write and direct your own movie. And I'm pretty sure you'll do it. But eventually I'll get there. But right now I'm actually looking for a manager because um an agent can do so much for you,
Yeah,
right? And a manager, I'm realizing this that you're like one of three or five people on that manager's roster, and he or she can pitch you like you need to be pitched. And I've already found my niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like with so much content out there, I'm missing out because I don't have a manager. I know my agent is submitting me. I'm getting auditions, but if I had a manager, I feel like I can pinpoint these shows at these networks. You see it, bro. All these streaming services and all these shows, we all like if you're an actor, we all gotta eat. and it's for the taking. Like we gotta be. There's no excuse right now,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's what's needed right now. So I'm actually hunting for a manager. I've been emailing like cold emails nonstop, no response. But I'm gonna have to start digging in like friends. How you say it? Like friends, little like find out all my friends who's representing my friends and just
And try to
like yeah,
get the family hookup going on.
yeah, yeah.
You know what? Here's what I think about managers and agents, man. I always think that kind of like speed dating. You know, you got to go through the ones until you get the one that really gets you, because you want the one who fully gets you. Because when it comes down to pitching, and I know this from working in casting, you want
Yeah,
someone who believes in you enough that they're going to push you and make the person on the other phone believe that you're worth calling in. You know, if you're dealing with somebody who's just going to shelf you, it's not
you
what
talking you
I don't
talking
give a
about a
fuck who it
manager,
is.
right?
Manager, agent, whoever. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
your team have to truly believe in what it is that you're doing, because it's the only way to work.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's not
I, I
it's not about being with the most prestigious name in the business. It's about the person who believes in you enough to make other people, like casting people, say, "Hey, yeah, we remember him. We know him." And it's up to you as the actor too to build those relationships with people, because we're in an industry that's very personable and relationships matter. You know,
yep, you've been telling me that from the get.
telling you.
Yo, and you're right about that because I remember like a couple months ago, my agent said something to me that really touched me, and it was like the most simplest shit. Like it was like it's one of those things where it made you feel seen. She was like, yeah, don't worry about that. I know you're not one of those, how you say, one of those actors, like those needy actors.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, of course, I'm not one of those. Like I'm glad you noticed that because you tell me to send you this by a certain date, I'm gonna send it to you, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I know she works when I talk to her, she picks it right away. Like, hey, Danny, it's like I'm definitely not one of those actors in her backlog. But you're right. That's why I need a manager who represents me the same way she does. Because I love her. I've been with her since the longest.
Yeah. Danny, I'm gonna wrap it up. Um,
Yo, thanks for having me,
thank
bro.
you.
I feel special, man. I feel special, and I feel bad that I didn't get to watch your lives, and it wasn't this bad because I was nervous. I was nervous about what you were gonna ask me,
Yo,
but I'm gonna go right now or probably tomorrow and watch your lives. I promise. I'm gonna watch your lives, bro. I'm gonna watch
this
your
is what I
lives.
get. I'm talking to the people now. This is what I get. No, no, seriously, in all seriousness. Um,
Yo, hold on.
I'm
Before you go,
so
what's up
happy.
with you? Anything on the horizon? What's up with you? How you been, man? I
I'm
said
good.
before you go,
I'm good. I'm good, bro.
what
I
you working on
appreciate
right
it.
now?
What I'm working on?
Yeah. Oh, you can't talk about it.
Now you want to ask me questions. All right. So what
I've been trying to ask you questions.
I'm working on this IG live project that I've been working on. I'm doing it because I truly enjoy it. Um, I just finished a project with Laura San Giacomo and um, Robert Galinsky, dealing with. We did 6 plays that Robert wrote. It was myself and Laura San Giacomo, Roger Governor Smith, Gary Cole, and it went to benefit teenagers, literacy for incarcerated teens on Rikers Island.
Oh, this is the actors trade thing.
The what?
This is the actors trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was the the celebrity
Yeah,
spotlight.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw your scene. I saw your scene. That shit's
Yeah,
pretty dope. I
so,
liked it.
so we did that. We did that. So it was cool. I did that. I got a couple of things that I got can't talk about because of NDA. Um, but and I'm continuing to try to get some funding to so that the content that I've written over the COVID shutdown can see some light.
You wrote a lot during COVID.
I wrote a lot during COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with
that's what's
that.
up, man.
You know what I mean? So that's all that's going on for me. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what's going on with me. So, I'm still trying to push forward, man. I feel like I got my second win though. I feel like this is my second win. I can't lie. I think that I've been kind of uh staying away from the industry for a while, man, because I had to regroup and I had to restructure some things and I had to make sure that that everything has to be intact in order for things to come into alignment, right? Your mind, your body, your spirit, all of that has to be intact. If something's off, it's not going to go the way you want it to go. And one thing also I learned is that nothing happens before it's time. Nothing. You can't fit a square peg into a round hole. It's impossible. And that nothing that's ever meant for me will ever pass me by. So there's no reason for me to rush it. There's no reason for me to try to compete with anybody. There's no reason for me to talk about people or try to stab anybody behind the back. No, because whatever's meant for me will be for me. So I can celebrate others and I can encourage others and I can do all this good stuff. And I don't have to worry about it because whatever's coming my way is coming my way. And that's
Absolutely.
how I live my life. 47 years, brother. And I'm
Which is what you're doing right now. Absolutely, bro.
yeah.
I commend you, man. That's why I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
You the man, son.
Let's get up.
Yo, for sure.
All right, bro.
This was fun, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
Oh no. Thanks for being willing, man. I know you're busy. That's why
I'm honored. I'm honored.
No, I know you're busy, man. That's why I wanted to get you while I could to kick it off, and then everybody else will come after. But I'm looking forward to that too. But thank you.
Yo, love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Be easy.
Later, man.